Hey there cubers, my name is Plus2 and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the Sector 17 server. This is episode 8, and today we are taking a look at one of the most interesting mechanics in Minecraft, the chorus fruit. That is right everyone, it is happening. We are making our chorus fruit minigame, which is a maze. We're making a maze that you navigate using the chorus fruit mechanics, and I'm extremely excited about it. It's pretty big. You can see I've dug out the area here. I've got a lot of people helping me collect the blocks. This thing is massive and needs an absurd amount of blocks, so it's taken quite a while here. But I think we should be good to get started on building this, and the blocks will kind of fall into place as they are needed. I'm really excited to make a game with chorus fruit because it's a very interesting and unique mechanic in Minecraft, and I don't feel like it's used enough for how interesting and unique it actually is. So I'm really excited to be able to bring something to life with this mechanic that I find so interesting. So let's actually hop over into my creative testing world for this project, and I'll show you guys kind of what I've been working with here and what we're going to build right here. So just to give everyone a little breakdown on the chorus fruit mechanics themselves, when you eat a chorus fruit, it has a chance to teleport you to a block. That block must be within 8 blocks in any direction, up, down, left, right, forward, backward. So if there aren't any blocks within that range, it could technically teleport you to the block you're standing on if it's a valid block. If not, then it won't teleport you anywhere. If we put down blocks, it gives us a chance to teleport to that block. Now it's not a 100% chance. I believe the way the mechanic works is it takes 16 random locations within that 8 by 8 by 8 cube around the spot where you're at, and it will try to teleport to those 16 spaces, and if it can, it will. So if it randomly doesn't pick one of those spots, you may not get teleported even if there are valid teleport positions within range. But if it does find a valid block to teleport you to, it will do so across gaps, through any kind of block, bedrock, any kind of wall that you have in between them. And that is the mechanic that we are taking advantage of here. The thing that blocks it is liquid. Lava and water will not allow you to teleport there with chorus fruit. So if we are on this big platform here, the only option we have for teleporting is over in the corner here where there is no water. And that's one of the big things that we're going to be using. Oh, I guess I have 2 corners. That's one of the big things we're going to be using for this minigame project here. So this was my first test area here. So let me show you how this works. This would be the starting block here. I might actually get teleported over to some of this stuff here that I built afterwards, but we will see here. Nope, perfect. I got teleported inside the maze. I was just standing right there, and now I'm inside the maze. Now you go through the maze, and you can pick a direction. Go and stand on this block. And again, it's a random chance, so you might have to eat a couple fruit. Now you're inside that block. So I was just right there, and now I've teleported into this next section of the maze. Now this just breaks out, but in the real maze, this could go off in a different direction. It could go off in 2 different directions. It could loop back on itself. There's a lot of different things that these rooms can do, but that's the basic mechanics of the way the maze works. So these blocks that you can teleport from are more than 9 blocks away, so I can never teleport there. When I'm standing on this block, the only place that I can teleport is in this room, and the walls are 9 blocks tall, so I can't teleport up on top of them. The only valid option, because these are all filled with water, is into this room. Now the goal with this maze was to make it as disorienting as possible. I am going to be putting up a prize pool of diamonds to the first person that can solve the maze, and it's going to be a pretty hefty prize, so I wanted to make it fairly difficult but also fun. I think it's a really fun concept. And as you can see, it's rather large. So this is the actual maze that I'm going to be building. The solution of the maze is in here. It's hidden right now, so I can show this on screen, and the other members of the server won't be able to see what the solution actually is, because I built a bunch of false walls in here to hide the actual paths within the maze. So this is the size of the maze. This is what it's going to look like. But from the inside, it's a much more confusing contraption to be in. And there we go. So this is sort of what one of the rooms would look like in the maze. It should be well lit enough so that nothing would spawn in here, and then you just travel down this way and you continue on to the rest of the maze, taking your best guess as to which direction to go. And then we are actually going to be employing a couple of ethos inventions. Actually, we're going to be using an etho hopper timer as well as an ender porter here to get people out of the maze. So it is going to be a time limit thing. I'm not exactly sure how much time I'm going to give people, but they will have a certain amount of time with which to travel through the maze. So they will take off all of their gear. They will put on depth strider boots so that they can move through the water without issues. Load up the ender porter. Once that's ready, you go, and this button won't be here, but it'll be somewhere else more readily available. You hit that. That starts your that starts your timer. Then you go into the maze. You start going through the maze, and then when you run out of time, you are teleported back outside of the maze. I have gone through and tested the time frame for how much time should be allowed in the maze. It's enough time to get through the end. If you know the solution, as well as some extra time. I didn't want to be so mean that you had to know the solution and get there perfectly, but I didn't leave a whole lot of extra time. There's maybe, I don't know, an extra 20% of time tacked on the end. But I think that's fair enough, because again, I'm putting up a pretty hefty prize for the solution of this maze. So yeah, that's the main concept of what we're going with here. This is going to be a super massive build. I'm really excited to get started on it though, and yeah, I think that's what we're going to be doing next. Unfortunately, I can't really show much of the building process of it. I can probably show like the building of the outside part of it, but the inside part, the part that I'm actually going to be building on the server, will be the correct layout. So if I did show it, then other members on the server would be able to watch that video and see what the solution is, spoiling the whole fun of the entire project. So unfortunately, I can't really show much of the building process of it, but I will show you the build along the way, and we'll see how it looks in the end. So I think that's actually going to be all that I'm going to be able to show building on camera, because the rest of it is going to be the actual tunnels and areas that connect the different rooms, which I don't want to show on camera, as well as where the goal room actually is. So I don't want to show any of that on camera, so as not to spoil it for the rest of people on the server. But super happy with the way that this is coming along, and I'm making a lot of really good progress on it, a lot quicker than I expected to actually. So hopefully it shouldn't take too much longer to get everything together, and then I can show you guys the final result and then open this baby up for business. All right. Exactly 18,000 white concrete powder used. That's that's pretty crazy, that it's that exact number. It's funny, I finished placing on the walls, so that's pretty much where that number is going to stay at. But that's not, I made a lot of mistakes. Like I misplaced a lot of blocks and had to break them again to place them again. during that, and I ended up on exactly 18,000. That's insane. But 18,000 white concrete powder, 13,000 white concrete, crazy numbers of stuff. So I'm at an undisclosed location within the maze here. Now we just have to go through the arduous task now of converting all this white concrete powder to concrete. Now, I don't know if it would have made more sense to do this as I was putting it all down. I don't know. These questions are hard to answer. This is how I left it for myself, and this is just what we have to work with. So I'm going to go through the maze now, convert all this to white concrete, and then we'll be nearly done. We'll just have to put the prize pool down, the entrance system, the payment system, all that stuff. But that stuff is fairly straightforward, so it shouldn't be too hard to do that. So hopefully we'll be able to finish this up here either today or tomorrow. Super exciting. I really gotta say, it's amazing just how easy it is to get lost in this maze. Like even I created every piece of this maze, and I have absolutely no idea where I am. Like as soon as you leave the first room, it is completely disorienting, which is perfect. I mean, that's exactly the effect that I wanted. So it's working as intended. It makes things like this a bit more difficult when I have absolutely no idea where I am. All in all, though, I would say that the conversion of the maze is going quite well, though. The rooms are pretty easy to convert. I just kind of build up and doop, 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 hit the corners to the edges, and it's good. The tunnels, these hallways, really wishing I had done these as I was building them, because they're a bit more annoying. But we're getting through it, and we should have this done relatively soon. I have no idea where I am. I just misplaced a block, and I think it might have actually given me a really good idea for how to do these a lot faster. I forget that these are infinite water sources, so I could place a single block down like this, jump off of it to get the ceiling, and then I could just break it and move on. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. That's probably going to be a lot easier than what I was doing. Alright, yep. You're gonna do that. That's gonna make that a lot easier for me. Okay. Okay, I think I'm done converting everything into concrete. Now I just have to figure out how to get out and verify that the maze is working. I have no idea how to actually do any of that, so... Oh. I'm not finished. Dang. This is a whole area I haven't done yet. What? Where? How many rooms are in this place? Oh my goodness. So we are just outside the front of the build here, and we're going to start working on some of the redstone here. I've compiled the redstone box, which is very surprisingly for me. I hadn't created a redstone box yet. But we should have everything we need here to get this contraption started. Okay, first thing we're going to need is an etho hopper clock. Comparators. And I'm using the one-wide tileable version that Exuma posted on his channel. Oops. At least that's where I saw it first, was on Exuma's channel. And I quite like it. There we go. Now, we also need to take output from here, here. Right, into monostable circuits. So actually, I do need... Shoot, I need a couple more sticky pistons for those monostable circuits that go right here. Okay, but for now we can leave that like that. Okay, so these are going to need to go to a block here with redstone dust right there. Going to need a repeater going in there, the comparator coming out there. So this is where our first dropper is going to be. The second one being further in. That should be running now. Yep, okay, good, good, good. Alright, so that system does seem to be working perfectly. Except for I'm missing my pistons here, so that is going to keep running actually. Okay, so now we just need this. Right, we need to run this line up to wherever we're going to put the ender porter, and we need sticky pistons for these for the monostable circuits, and we need to create the ender porter as well as the start button for that. Okay, so that's just going to keep running, which is totally fine. I think all of this back here will be covered in white concrete eventually, so I'm not too worried about how this actually looks. And that's where our signal is going to come up from, so that should actually work out really well. We should make sure we don't go back out any further that way with it. So then we just need to power this block from somewhere when time is up, and then they will get teleported out. So that should work perfectly. Is it not night yet? Really? There we go. Okay, so that should work now. As soon as that completes its cycle, it should trip that. Okay, so now that should start to function more like how it's intended. As soon as that trips, it should activate this and halt it. Yep. And that has locked that in place. So now that won't start again until that button is pressed. And then I'm pretty sure I heard this fire as well, but I will just test it to make sure it's working how I want it to. Okay. So I've activated my timer. I've entered the maze. I'm going to take some of this away because I don't need it to take that long for right now. And as soon as this runs out, we should get teleported up to the top. And then this should also stop as well. Perfect. That's so good. Now the only thing left to do is to hook up the, first of all, a starting platform where you actually stand up to start, and then a button that will run a signal to actually start your timer before you go in. Red dye, red concrete powder. And this will be the starting point then, right there. So if I have the button be like right here, that shouldn't actually cause any issues because we want that block to stay powered. So pressing it shouldn't cause any problems because it's not like it's unpowering that block. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's try this one more time. Make sure. Do that. Okay, I heard the click. Or thunk. Inside. Aha. Excellent. Do you know how the maze works?
No.
Okay, it's a chorus fruit maze. So basically it uses a chorus fruit teleporting mechanic to work your way through the maze.
Okay, so should I take a stack?
Yep, a stack will be fine.
And then one ender pearl?
Yep, you'll need one ender pearl. And just go ahead and load the ender porter there.
Just toss it down?
Yep, straight down. And then back away so it doesn't hit anything. Perfect. Okay.
Okay.
And then, did you get depth strider boots?
I do. I have them on.
Perfect. Okay, so you're gonna go over once you press the button. Don't do it just yet, but wait until you're ready. Once you press the button, you're gonna run over to that red block there and eat a chorus fruit. It doesn't seem to work when you look at the signs. So you gotta kind of look at the ground when you're standing there. And then once you do, it should teleport you into the maze. It might take a few tries because sometimes it doesn't allow you to teleport right away. But it should teleport you into the maze there. And then once you're in the maze, just make sure that you only eat chorus fruit when you're standing on an orange concrete block. Don't eat them anywhere else, only on the orange concrete block. And just try to make your way through the maze.
Now I just run through the water?
Yep. And I put you on a shorter time frame than you will normally have, so you won't have a whole lot of time in there before the ender porter should teleport you out. But I just want to make sure everything is working okay.
I've gotten teleported back to my spawn 3 times.
Like on accident, or you just keep going the same way?
Oh, so if it teleports you back to the first room, that means it's the wrong way. Okay.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Oh my goodness. What is this?
Okay.
Oh.
Perfect. Okay. So it'll just freak out a little bit when it's in that timeout. But okay. Cool.
right.
So yeah, that looks like everything is working. So you can throw the stuff back in the boxes there, and we'll let Aurora have a
Yeah.
try. Okay, so that should be everything here. I've got the prize diamond set up. It's 32 diamond blocks there to whoever completes the maze first. I will leave it up after someone completes it, and everyone else can play it if they want to. There just won't be any charge to actually play the maze. I'm only charging 1 diamond for an attempt. It's not much. I'm definitely not gonna make back as much as I spent on this. But yeah, I just wanted to make it to be fun for everyone to play. So I hope everyone has fun with it. Yeah, it was a super fun project. Once it's completed, I may post an additional video, sort of a separate video on the channel. I'm just doing a kind of a walkthrough of how it works. With someone, oh, there's my foot. Yeah, foot particles. Yeah, I think that's everything, and I think that's actually going to be it for this episode here. This has taken a crazy amount of time to develop the maze, the concept for the maze, the layout for the maze, the solution for the maze, and everything. And to get this all built, this has been a lot of work, and it has cost me a lot of my diamonds to get set up. But I'm super happy with how everything came together, and I hope the other members on the server really have a lot of fun with it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate it. If you liked the video, please click like and be sure to subscribe if you really liked it so you can see more videos. And I will see you guys in the next episode.